When I talk about the gospel, what is the gospel? The what?
Good news.
The good news. What's the gospel?
Good news.
Do you have good news outside the one you know that is in church? Do you have any other good news? You have other good news. Your product is a good news. Hello. You don't know someone who is in trouble and you have, or someone whose house is dirty and you have a cleaning business. That's a good news for the person. If you are an errand person helping a professional who doesn't have time, that's a what? As such, when we say the algorithms and good and the gospel, we're talking about the gospel of Jesus Christ and the gospel of your product. Hello. Does that make sense now? Does that connect? So this is the foundation so that when we begin to share this. So you also ask yourself, now that I'm learning how to do this in the gospel way, how can it also help my business? All right. Are we all church workers? A lot of us, right? So when you learn this, do you have workers in your business? Do you have workers in your business? If the knowledge is correct here, you can duplicate it in your business.
Yes.
Does that make sense? Right. So we're going to run into 10 things in this teaching. I love the fact that I've been able to let you know that the message does not change, but the mediums of sharing it must follow the trend. I also noticed that the Holy Spirit filled them in the days of Pentecost. Nowadays, it can fill people from our phones. There are different mediums of coming. No, that time it came with a wide wind, with a tongue of what? Fire. Now, in your car, you can play this music, Shift, by, is it Lawrence? In your car, and the tongues can happen there. In the days before now, you have to be in the upper room to hear it. But now, in your individual rooms, you can still hear it. Am I communicating? So I'm saying this because I want you to adapt to the changing environment and the changing world. So I said I'll give you 10 things, right? All right. So let's run quickly on these items I've listed here. So first of all, the church must define its mission clearly. Every member of the church must understand the mission of the church clearly. That is number one. Algorithms respond to clear messages. They say, no, TikTok is a bad social media platform. No, it's not a bad platform. The algorithms are only responding to what you're looking for. Sir, I'm saying this. People say there's a bad platform. No. The algorithms are giving you what you want. Hello? If you check your feed and the things that are on the feed are bad things, it shows what you are looking for. It is from the first thing you watch I get suggestions. Is it not true? Can we be honest? The recommendation systems of the algorithms follow your intentions. There's what we call search intent. What we call what? Search intent. Search intent says you search for something, but you may not even know the exact word to use. But the algorithms read what you intended to find, and it shows it to you. So as a matter of fact, sometimes if your message is not clear, if you're not clear about the message of your church, the algorithms might begin to sway you around. And that's why church vision, mission, and core values have to be very clear to every member. So that when we are sharing online, we are trying to match our content against our church values, our mission. You want to know, does this align with the mission, vision of our church? There is a course I teach, Fundamentals of Branding. Church needs it. That branding is whether for church, for individual, for businesses. You have to understand your vision, your mission, and your core values. Very critical. So that all your messaging, brand messages going out, have to align with all of this. Consistency. The brand will take the shape of your message and send it to a lot of people through the algorithms. So first of all, your message must be very what? Clear. Very what? Clear messages says this is what you want to achieve. Just as the algorithms prioritize clear content, your church's mission must not be mistaken. Post your vision, values, and purpose clearly. Sir, I think, do you have a drama team? People should be listening because some of the things we're sharing here are things that can be created. And the fact is that while we are in church, a team can be doing their own ministry outside. I hope you know. Did you hear what I just said? While we are in church, another team can be doing their own ministry outside. Those who, while we are in church, they have the microphones, they want to interview people, they want to create content. What is your experience when you found Jesus? All of those stuff. They are not out of place, right? Very, very important. All right, so we need the church to do a 30 seconds while we exist video. A 30 seconds while we exist video. Why do we exist? Let the church do it. The core things that the church preaches and teaches have to be converted to reels and kept consistent. Once in a while you pull it up. Once in a while you pull it up. Okay? Very important. Number 2. This church have to engage daily online. You have to engage people daily online. I'm talking about the church. Don't forget about your business, right? Hello? What I'm saying applies to your business, right? When I say the church must engage daily, what do you say? My business must engage daily. If not your business, if you don't have a business, you have a business actually. You are a business. Hope you know. Okay, I think many of you don't know. You are a brand. That's what we call personal brands. So personal brands are one of the stimulators of company brands or church brands. Because individuals who make up a company, their stories is what tell the story of the company. Does it make sense? Yes, sir. But most times people work in a place and they are paid and they never for one day talk about the place where they work. That's not good. Okay. So I said engage when? Daily. One of the highest persons that engaged daily was Jesus Christ. Every day he was talking to people. Every day. There was no day. It's like he just wakes up and then there is a need to go and do something with people, right? Yeah. He was a people person. Somebody said, no, I'm not a social media person. I don't like posting what I am doing. Hello? If they don't know you, they cannot buy from you. Is that true? Yes, if they have not seen you, you cannot be an option. Does that make sense? Yes, please stop saying, I'm not a social media person. No, our church does not, and we don't want our church to be everywhere. No. Then what is the purpose of the Great Commission? It should be to the utmost, to the what? Okay. So I've said, engage daily. Algorithms reward consistency. Algorithms reward what? Have you seen those who come online and you think they were joking? They post 2 likes, 1 reaction. They post again, is now 3 or 4. After 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, the thing is blowing everywhere. It is what? Consistency. It is what? Consistency. While the algorithms reward consistency, somebody say, what of intensity? Intensity is greater than consistency if it's a combination of both. Did you hear what I just said? What did I say? Intensity will be greater than consistency if it's a combination of what? Both of them. At every point in time, consistency wins intensity. The only time intensity can win is when it collaborates with what? Consistency. Does that make sense? So while you are sharing the gospel online, don't share today and we'll not see you tomorrow. You tell us we are going to go live by 7. You go live once. Maybe after 1 week, we are no more going live again. No to that. The algorithm is learning to trust your consistency so it can deliver on its promise. Does that make sense? All right. Whether in business or the gospel of Jesus Christ are preaching. So I think the church has done marvelously well. Please let's celebrate our pastor and the media team. The media, celebrate them, please. I know what it takes to get the media to deliver on content. It's not easy at all. Please clap for the media team. Yes. These media guys can frustrate somebody. If you have those who are loyal and doing what they're supposed to do, it's a gift. It's a big gift. Your church have been on point. Like on point. I see pastor's message on point. If they hit. Like in 1 minute. Oh my goodness. That was very good. And I appreciate that. A lot of people are loving it. So now it's no more just about your pastor. Pastor is just one person, nobody know. If you have less than 1,000 friends or followers, raise your hand. Less than 1,000 friends or followers. Less than. If you have less than, not more than. If you have less than 1,000 friends and followers, raise your hand. Where you did? You there for this one, have you? Okay. Some people don't want to have friends and followers, yeah. If you have more than 1,000, raise your hand. More than 1,000, raise your hand. More than 1,000. Okay. If you share a post, how many of you check the reach of your content? How many of you check the reach? I'm not saying the reactions. The reach. You check it, right? Chief, your post, they go viral well, and they see you everywhere. Very good. So why did I ask about that? When pastor shares to True Light page and his profile, all of us here agree that we have more than 1,000 following, Abi? Is it not? Yes. And most times your 1,000 following doesn't mean that they are the only one that will see your content. Hope you know. If the content makes sense, they are going to begin to send it out. Do you understand what I'm saying? So pastor's profile and church profile is just one channel on Facebook. Say Facebook. Right? Imagine everybody here. How many of us? Are we up to 100 here? Are we up to 100? Hello. Are we up to 100? Yes, sir. Imagine 100 of us sharing the same message that pastor shared as workers of the church. You owe it to your church now to send the message of true light to the world. Imagine 100 of us send out the message and we have nothing less than 1,000 people on our profile. Yes, there is mutual connections. But if we do, let's say the church agrees that we're not going to be sharing pastor's message every day as members, but pastor will be sharing every day. But say on Wednesday, 1 p.m., church workers, set your alarm. What did I say? Set your alarm. Wednesday when? 1 p.m. That's one of the peak hours of most social media platforms. Facebook majorly. Right? And we say all of us are going to share pastor's message. And that Wednesday message has to be gang. See, gang is a good thing now. I hope you know. For this chat where they talk. Because someone say, no, are we there to make people happy? Make them happy first. Let them come. Then we can now start the conversation. Does it make sense? Let's make them controversial. Let them comment and say it's not true first. Hello? Did you hear what I just said? The algorithm rewards controversy. Hello? So let them say, nah lie. It is by saying nah lie. I want to say, nah, they are like how. They are having issue here. Oh yeah, he showed it to this guy. He said nah lie. He said, okay, since person said nah lie, make I try this another person. That's how the thing will go everywhere. So let's say on Wednesday, church says 1 p.m. Everybody, make sure you share this. I'm just talking about Facebook, and this thing I'm saying is not going to take you more than 2 minutes. It will take you more than 2 minutes. Don't forget, whatever we're talking about the church now can be applied in your business, right? Right? So when I say church Wednesday by 1 p.m., your staff members, Wednesday by 2 p.m. or 1:30, does that make sense? All right. So if that is done on Facebook, don't forget, when you share it on Facebook profile, it can get to a lot of people. The same content can be by a tap. Go to your Facebook story. Hello? Is it true? Another channel. When we do that, let's say you give that assignment just 10 minutes of your time. How many minutes? Is it too much? Is it too much? How many minutes are in a day? How many minutes? One what? Some mass now. $1,400 what? 10% of that is how many? 144. That's more than 2 hours. As you say you pay tithe on your time. Hello? Did you hear what I just said now? I said, I didn't say you should pay tithe on your time. But people will not say, oh, this preacher say you must pay tithe on your time. No, that's not what I said. Assuming that's like 2 hours plus. But I said no. How many minutes? 10 minutes only. Use 10 minutes to post that thing on Facebook, put it on your story, send it on WhatsApp status. Hello? I get what I'm saying now. Everybody here in this church, so if everybody push one message to their WhatsApp status, with the quantity of contacts that I'm seeing here, many of us have more than 1,000 contacts. Is it not true? Our status sees at least 50 people see our status. 50 by 100. 5,000. That's on average. But many of us see up to 100. 120. When I put this on my status, I get close to 700 people see it. I post stuff on Facebook story, over 1,000 people see it. I did a review of this movie that they released. Odogu. Sir, 2.1 million people saw the post. I said, Kai, what if I preach for this post? It will make sense too. But that was a message also I sent. So imagine that all of us here move the content of our pastor. One of it to exclude. Your pastor will be everywhere. And I said to the training team that I was talking to, right? I said, if they love your pastor, they will come to your church. Did you hear what I just said now? Did you hear what I just said? If they love your pastor, they will trace him here. So the greatest evangelism we can do in this age and era is to share the message that is preached in your church. The same thing applies to your business. Don't forget. Right. So I say, create shareable testimonies. Church must learn to create shareable testimonies. It must not be the one shared on the altar. The media team can do interviews of people's testimonies. Right? The church do baptism. You do baptism, right? We need to get some baptism reactions. Hello? Did you know what I just said now? mad viral content. Because the way everybody reacts when they are dipped in water is not the same. Does it make sense? And those who have not been baptized can think about it from your content. Did you hear that? Create shareable content, shareable testimonies. And there is this idea when I was preparing this, that came to my head. Tell us you've met Jesus, not telling us. Tell us that you have met Jesus, now telling us. Hello? How would that content be like? To be like a throwback, who you were, a picture, swiping. You did not say anything, but we can see that this guy is no more the same person that started the journey. Does that make sense? Viral content idea. It doesn't have to be... Okay. So I said, let the church learn to share what? Shareable testimonies. Algorithms amplify emotional stories. That is why. If you are not doing this thing I'm saying, somebody else will be doing it in another way. I hope you know. So when you say no, it's not what we are here for. Somebody else is here for it because they know the future. Post life-changing videos with how God transformed me captions. Many of us have a story. Many of us here, we have a story of what happened because you came to true light. Of what happened because church did, what is that church? Is this church on the street? Church on the street. There is a story many of you have because the church hosted church on the street. But you are thinking that it has to be something so big for you to go viral. No. Something has happened. A brother has helped you when you were in your lowest moment. And life changed for you. Tell the story. Jesus shared a lot of stories as parables. Today, our stories are on reels. Hello? Am I communicating? Yes, our stories are on reels, on TikTok pages. They are for you pages, right? Let's do that. I hope I'm talking to those who understand what I'm saying. Yes, sir. Are you understand what I'm saying? Okay. Okay, so I say create what? Shareable testimonies and content. The team, sir, I think the team can actually ask people for their salvation testimonies. If you're willing to share, we'll create your content in a certain way. Right? And we'll make it viral content. Maybe Testimony Wednesdays. How God transformed people. I know there was a time the church posted about when you met one person, helped him shave. Was it? Is here now? Church got someone on the street, helped the person shave, and the person was looking better. Was it this church? Was it this church? No? I thought it was here. Okay. When you go for evangelism, let's record it. Hello? Am I communicating? It is not bad to record the fact that people came to give their life to Christ. And you were able to document their journey. From the day you met them, how they were and how they have transformed. Does that make sense? It has to be intentional. And this can be done by the follow-up team. Is it true? Sir, most people don't make use of their smartphones very well. I can't show up in a place and I don't have an evidence that I showed up. When after evangelism, when follow-up team goes for the first follow-up, they should take a picture. Unless you don't believe that the person will transform. One of the evidence of faith that you know that the person will change and transform is that you're documenting the process. Does that make sense? Because you know that one day there will be a throwback. Hello? Does that connect with you? One of the evidence that you believe that this person you are preaching to will go through a process and become a changed person is that to document the story. It will be like a prophecy that you know that this guy will be changed. When you meet him after preaching to him, say, let's take a selfie. Hello? Am I communicating? Yes, the selfie is kept. The next day when you come to meet up with him, you take another selfie. You have a chat with him. You record the chat. Say, let's have a chat. That is one of the evidence that you believe that the person will be transformed. In the next 3 months, 4 months, when you bring out the story and show the person, he will be like, is this me? And that can be a testimony that can transform other people. Am I communicating? Yes, sir. Right. Many of your stories are greater gospels than the one taught on this pulpit. Yes. You hear what I just said? Many of you, your life stories can be a greater gospel than the one preached here. Because it is an evidence. It's not theory. They can see that this guy has been transformed. This was who he used to be. We had a meeting in my house. Did I attend? We have a cell meeting. The man was saying that this is a version of his wife. That the current him that showed up here to be with us and be eating fruit with us. And it's not him. That it was because he met his wife that this new person showed up. Normally, it's on his green bottles that used to assemble wherever he goes to. Some of you, it is green bottles. But you have refused to tell the story of your salvation. Your story can tell someone else. Your story can be a faster conviction. Does that make sense? And the fact is that your story now is no more you meeting one person and telling them. Is that you can tell the story and post it online. The algorithms will spread it. And over 1 million persons can see it. Over 1 million persons can see it. Imagine 1 million persons seeing the story of our salvation. Hello. At least 100 people. If you do a preaching in a church and 100 persons come for an altar call, do you know what that means? But with algorithms, 1,000 can come for altar calls in their rooms. Am I communicating? So we are the ones that are not leveraging what is in our hands. I've always said that the that they told us that our future is in our hands today. It's in the form of smartphones. Am I communicating? Your business future is in your hands in the form of your smartphone. But many of us are not leveraging it. We're not using it. So when the world does a challenge, we can do a challenge for Jesus, right? Hello. Do you have creatives in this house? Do you have creatives? The media team room should be open for ideas. People come in and say, I think of this content idea. Can we do this? Let pastor be doing his own. Let everyone be contributing to the media team. And the reason why this has to happen, like when I teach fundamentals of branding, I teach it because when someone comes to this church, they may not see pastor. They might see someone who, maybe a worker, who just came to church, maybe to do something, and they are leaving. They jam the person. The way the person interacts with that person who's looking for pastor is exactly how they will see the church. Hello? So as a matter of fact, every member of the church or worker must understand the values of the church and how church needs to be treating people. There's what we call brand message. We call it brand promise. We also call brand perception. Church have to clearly define these things so that everybody will know it. So that there is a way, there is what we call brand keywords. When you meet me, I should not finish saying what I'm saying without saying something that marks a true lighter. Hello? Did you get what I just said now? By the time our chat has finished, there should be something I will say. That if you meet another true lighter somewhere else, by the time we are done with our chat, he will say something again. Does that make sense? By the time we say, okay, in my church in Abuja, we say we are people that care. That's the slogan of the church. A people that cares. That's the slogan. So by the time we are done, so our units are called care groups. If we are praying, they'll ask, do you have any care? Hello? Am I communicating? If you finish calling a brother on phone, you have to ask them, any care? Hello? Are you getting the point? It's called family worship. They make it in families. In families. In families. So church have to have their own core. That at the end of every chat, whether on Facebook or even on your posts on Instagram, it can be an hashtag. Am I communicating now? By the time, if you check your church hashtag, is it up to 5,000 with all this number? If you check your church hashtag, your official hashtag for this church, is it up to 10,000? It's up to 100,000 because there's a lot of people who are in this church who finish writing their church experience on Sunday. And there is no official hashtag to use under it. Hello? Does that make sense? It's an algorithm word, though. If you are ignoring this thing, you're mistaken. So think about that. So church must be able to find their core and be able to communicate that as well. Use keywords that connects to the church core values in your content and distributions. Very important. I said, we can do a challenge for Jesus, right? Yes. Can we do that? We can do it. It's 1 day prayer challenge. How many days? It's an example. You can do 3 days, you can do 5 days, you can do 21 days. But 21 days, it allows for consistency for a long time. 21 days makes it easy for the thing to penetrate. What do we say? Every morning or by 1 p.m. every day, say a 1-minute prayer for a friend. Does that make sense? Or write a post, a prayer for a friend and tag him. Today, I'm praying for my friend, Favor Emily. He's a business consultant. Favor, doors are open for you. Hello? The next is pick another person. Pick another person. It's a challenge. And if you see the number of people who are here, people will pick that challenge and run with it. Does that make sense? Am I communicating? It is not only dance that can be a challenge. Because the only thing we are waiting for is when the problem is that the church is not posting content. And when the world posts content, church will come and start criticizing. Hello? Post your own first. Let the world criticize it. The algorithms will collect and amplify it. Does that make sense? The problem is that you are not posting, but you are commenting. What did I say? You are not posting, but you're what? You are there arguing on the comment section, but not knowing that you are fueling the algorithms. If this church is going to go viral, sir, I want to charge. The problem, I wanted to say something. So sometimes you'll be wondering, people say this thing is not getting the views. It is not the going that cost it to. It's your church members that cost it. Can I tell you how? Should I tell you? I should tell you. And pastor's post, no, they go, you don't go far. Now you cause them. Should I tell you how? If I tell you how, tell me, promise me you're going to change. Will you change? Will you change? People are not saying something. Will you change? All right. Let me share now, right? I will share that. The reason why your pastor's message can be posted and it doesn't go far, despite how powerful it is that you are now used to your pastor. You see his post and you scroll past. And once you scroll past, because you are the closest people to him who are following him, The algorithm felt you would love what he shared. Hello? See the mathematics now. Because he shared the post, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is almost like 30 people here. And out of the 30 people who saw the content, 25 scrolled past without even waiting to see what he said. What does algorithm say? Algorithm says that post is not interesting. So did you hear what I just said now? And the algorithm will not show the post to strangers first. It will show it to those who are following you first. They are the ones that will say, Pastor, this is powerful, on the comment section. If 30 of them comments in the first 2 minutes of seeing that content, it goes viral. Did you hear what I just said now? If it's 1 minute video and each of them spends at least 30 seconds on that video, it goes viral. Because once you see the content and scroll and stop, 3 seconds, the algorithm registers your intent. You love this thing. If you watch further, it says this is really good for you. And watch how algorithms amplify content. Am I saying something right here? Do you have any content creator in this house? Content creator, anybody? Raise your hand now. What I'm teaching now is what makes content go viral. It is when people see the content and stop. Once they stop to scroll, that's why you use hooks on your content. First 3 seconds must be a good hook. Does that make sense? A hook is a part of the content that registers in people's presence and say, stop scrolling. Stop what? Stop scrolling. Once they stop scrolling, the algorithm picks their interest. If 30 of them who are here, right, 25 scroll past, algorithm says that content is not interesting to them. What to do is that it will hide the content and show to maybe out of the 5 that stopped, it will show the content to two of their friends. Right? 5 by 2 is what? 10. Listen, so initially, the content in the first 5 minutes or 10 minutes, 30 people saw it, right? That's why you see 30 views. You think the content is going to do well. By the next 30 minutes, how many people now added? How many people added? 10. That's now 40. Does it correspond with the increase? It has started going down. Hello? Do you now understand why your contents go down? Before it is night, nobody's seen it again. Oh. Am I communicating? So, sir, watch the thing I'm trying to say. Because 10 of them, the new 10 people saw it. Out of the 10, how many percent left the first one? About 90. Right? What if 90 out of 10 leaves this one? How many will remain? 1 person. Have you seen how the algorithm begins to drop down? How many people that can see the content? Drop it down. Drop it down. So watch it now. The 1 person who stopped to watch it, out of the last 10, if the algorithm shows it to 2 of his friends, how many will be there? Only 2, Nabi. 2 of them, do you think that the algorithm will show it to another person? That content is now dead. That's why you post a content after like 24 hours. Because I was getting reaction. To get even one added to it becomes a problem. It has hit the dead end of that content. Because those who saw it before found it uninteresting, felt it was not. And our algorithm does not know whether you're a true lighter or not. If you now want your pastor's content to go viral, let's reverse it. Can we reverse it now? Can we reverse it? Out of the 30, my time is up already. Out of the 30 that saw the content, 25 commented and watched it. Hello? Are you getting what I'm saying? 25 commented and watched it. 5 scrolled past. Out of the 25, our algorithm says this is very interesting. Instead of showing it to lesser number, it can even show it to more people. He shows it to 5 of their friends instead of 2. 25 times 5 is what? Have you seen that initial 5 minutes was 25 or 30? But in the next 30 minutes, how many now? Plus 30. Are you getting the stuff now? Because 125 people saw the content, 90% stops to watch it. What does it mean now? Anybody with mathematics calculator there? What does it mean? It simply means out of 125, it might be 100 people that will now stop and watch it, right? If 100 of them stops to watch it, listen to the algorithm. This is normally a practical class. What happens? That will not be, let's say the algorithm says, if 100 people are liking this content from only 25, it simply means, let me show you to 10 people more. From 100 to what? 1,000. So in the next 30 minutes, the content have moved from just 30 to 125, 145, then to 1,000. 90% of 1,000 is how many? Is 900. Have you seen how contents now go viral? So the problem is that the church, who are members of the church, saw the content and not do anything in the past. They are already registered that they are not interested in the content because they are used to their pastor. Hello? Will you change now? When your pastor drops a content, the first 5 minutes of that content dropping, if there is a WhatsApp group where the content is posted and you see it, even if you are in 1 minute, go there, watch and react and leave a comment. Leave a what? If you guys do this I've just said now, all pastors' content will have nothing less than 10,000, 5,000 views because the church already has the number. We have the critical mass to cause variety of every content we post. Did you hear me? Did you hear what I just said now? And the fact is that many of us are on the same platform. If you understand this thing I've said, you will do very well. What I've noticed is that any platform that has, anybody that has up to active 100K following, their contents go viral. I mean active, not 100K by active means when I post, people come to check what I posted. That's why you see some contents from Sabinu's 44 million views and you're like, what is happening? Is that once it drops, see how comments are rolling in. It is the comments that the algorithm see. People won't stop to watch it. We're not saying start acting comedy, no. But let these members in this church help trigger the algorithm. This message is useful to every church listening and watching this video. We will test it with this content, with this session we have had here today, and the session of today. When by Monday, I know the media will start doing our content. When the content is shared, sir, like now, when I post my content, because it's just me, I don't post content when I am not available to follow up on it. I post content and I'm available to follow up on it. The issue is that most of the content pastor posts, I commented on them, but nobody said anything to me. So the media team have to be on ground. When he says powerful message, media team under it says thank you or thumbs up. We are not saying write long message. Hello. When he says powerful message, media team responds. How many comments are there now? Does that make sense? It simply means if you have 30 people comment on a post and media responds to all of them, how many is it? Does that connect? So the media team have to be on ground. It's a full-time job. I just gave you a hack. This is a full-time hack. If the church, the fact is that pastor have done his assignment. The people who edit the videos have done their assignment. It is the church members that have failed to follow up on it. Won't you be happy that this church grows and expands beyond this location? I was asking the workers in our time has gone. I should conclude, right? I was asking the members in the workers meeting that we did online. If you go to Lagos, which church would you like to go to? They mentioned one church. They mentioned different churches. Why do they mention the churches? They've seen them online. They've not seen the pastor before. They've not seen the pastor face to face, but they've seen pastor consistently online, right? Because their content have been shown to you. The same way people can travel from Ghana, travel from Lagos, from Abuja, and they want to come to the east, and they know that there must be a Sunday when they are here. They are shopping for a church. Your church will not be an option if they have not seen your church before. Am I communicating? Does that make sense? So every member of this church have to help the algorithms favor us. The algorithm is not a Christian, it's not a Muslim, it doesn't have a religion. It's only helping those who leverage it. Does that make sense? Am I communicating? Right. I'm concluding already. Hi. We need to build online communities. That is what NSPPD was able to do. Powerful online community. And the algorithms favored it. Once you tune in, do you know what makes NSPPD go viral? It's the shares. They come to your inbox. People send it on Facebook messages, inbox, WhatsApp, group, everywhere. Even when you're not interested, the algorithm brings this to you because over 10 of your friends have tuned in. So why is your church? And this church, we have a lot of Gen Zs inside. Normally, one person in this church can make church go viral, do you know? One person who understands this thing I'm saying can continually tell their church story. Maybe a church boy, somebody answers a church boy in this church, and he's a true lighter, and begins to tell their church experience. When they come to church, they know that pastor is preaching on this altar, but their Facebook feed is a powerful pulpit on its own. Very important. Have you learned something today? Don't forget what I said. Don't forget what I said. I said that this teaching is not just for church, right? Whatever we have learned here can be applied to what? Business. I'm hoping that one day I will be able to meet with the federal government and show them how we can rebrand this country. The algorithms can help us rebrand the country. The challenge is that all the news you see online are bad news. Hello? And because Nigerians amplify the bad news, those who are outside see the bad news. Bad things happen in other countries more than it happens here. But their media have known how to organize it. Am I communicating? There is no country without bad things happening there. It is the one that will feed the algorithm that it shows the rest of the world. Very important. And that is why, even in your, I'm not saying you should start pretending, but even in your pushing of content, I've said the algorithms send the content, and your perception, the perception people have about you, is what they see. So excellence must be the core. Must be the what? The core. It must. It has to be the core. Because you don't know when they will see what we have shared. Even as a private person doing content, I'm telling you about the church, make sure it's also very excellent. Very, very important. So finally, I want to close. The Great Commission has gone digital, right? What does it say? It says, let the gospel reach where? The utmost ends of the earth. Algorithms are just tools, but we have the power of the Holy Spirit. Let's make social media our modern day marketplace for Christ. Does that make sense? Who is out for that this week? who is out for what I've said this week, you're going to use your Facebook profile and share the good news. The what? Both for the church and for your... Did you hear what I just said now? All right. Sir, please, my joy will be full if what I have shared about the church engaging on pastor's content is done. Among everything I've shared, that is the greatest for this morning. It's not an issue. They can say anything. It's a new world we are in. Some people said no, they cannot use TV before. Some people say no, they cannot go live on Facebook. How would they be speaking in tongue on Facebook? That is what it is now. Hello? Hello? If you know speak, somebody is speaking. If they hear me, Abi? If they are not following you, they are following somebody else. Am I communicating? So don't say no. Is that the business we came here to do? In your business, leverage the platforms. Leverage the platforms. Leverage the platform. Finally, I will leave you guys with a number of words. I'll leave you the number of words before I go. I wrote something here. Oh, God. Where did I put that? Okay. Okay, so please note the following things. I wrote about a number of statements that I wanted us to add to. Your phone is your pulpit. Every post is a sermon. Did you hear what I just said? Aye. Your phone is your what? Your pulpit. Every post is a what? A sermon. Algorithms don't replace the Holy Spirit. It only amplifies him. Did you hear what I just said now? All right. And I said here, the Bible was the first shareable content. We are only upgrading the delivery method. Did you hear what I just said now? Right. Jesus fed 5,000 with 5 loaves. Abi? What do you think he would have done if he had 5 million followers? The apostles, that Wi-Fi, were able to reach over 3,000 people saved. What of you that have many of you have up to 10,000 following, 100,000 following? What is happening with your platform? Don't just post content, post convictions. Did you hear what I just said? Social media isn't the problem. Sometimes it is we who neglect the pulpit. If the devil can trend lies, why can't the church trend truths? Right? Somebody said, every time you're posting memes, it says, memes won't save souls, but they can start the conversation first. Does that make sense? I saw one post on TikTok where Jesus will get swag. And I'll be like, these people have come again, though. But at least make somebody comment first. They will now follow your timeline and see other things you share. Does that make sense? Right. Your testimonies isn't just for the altars. Hear me. This is the last thing I want to say. Your testimonies isn't just for this, for you to share here. It is for the algorithms. I want to stop here and say thank you for having me. God bless you. Let's go there and make these things happen.